Hey Posh Hearts, it's Simone, and I'm gonna wait just a little bit to see if anyone wants to jump on for tonight's team training. Hopefully you guys are having a great month. We are at the 10th of July now, which means we're nearing the mid of the month, obviously mid-month. However, there's a lot of stuff jam-packed for the rest of the month. So something to keep in mind is that it's summer and everyone's having fun, but there's still a lot of things going on. Last month we had our splurge come up pretty quick just because of where that Thursday landed. But this time around we're actually not, we will see the splurge next week. So there's a lot of things that we can be doing right now, basically. So today's topic is going to be on navigating the transition. So if you guys are brand new to Posh, then you may not have ever been around for a catalog change or a transition. So this is something that happens twice a year. This is when our new catalog comes out. So this happens for the spring and summer catalog, usually at the beginning of February, and then for the fall winter catalog, usually in the beginning of August. So thanks for jumping on. Hey guys. So our catalog changes we have them twice a year, and they revolve around Posh Night, which is something that happens at our annual, or I guess semi-annual um, meeting, I guess. And so it's either at like leader, or I guess, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. So in February, it happens at leadership usually, and then in August, it happens at Uncon, or whatever we have that event that is available to all, right? So it's a very fun event to be a part of. So if you guys have a chance to come to Uncon in Salt Lake City in August, take a look at it, because there are a lot of really great things that are going to happen there, and this is where you're going to be able to get kind of front row seats for the new products. You're going to be able to try everything, and it's definitely worth the visit. So if you guys are interested in learning more about that, let me know. But this is where in July, some people, I know it's busy and I know it's summer, but there's still a lot of things that you can be doing to help yourself into the transition. This is the month that you can be pushing and working and prepping yourself for the new catalog. All right, so let me make sure that I'm going over my list of stuff. Okay, so we have a list of retired products already for that will not come with us to the fall winter catalog. And this is something I don't know if you guys are aware of, but this is not something that we used to have. This is actually something that we normally could never expect, and so it's actually really cool that we can expect it now, and that they release it to us early or before Posh Night, because now we can kind of prep ourselves, get ourselves ready for what is not going to stay around and what is going to stay around. And so for customers, this is a really great time to reach out to any customers that have favorites on the retired list. So they are retired, but they are not I guess useless anymore, you know. So they are retired, but there's a lot of things that you can be doing with them. So definitely keep that in mind. Even if you have retired testers on hand or retired samples, these are things that now are what are exclusives, basically. So once these products sell out, they are gone. And that, if you are a Posh lover, if you are brand new and I'm sure that there is a product in the past that you haven't heard of that you're dying to try, that you really want to try, right? And this is where your samples come into play. Nothing is wasted at Posh, so keep that in mind. Don't toss away anything that you think is old or useless, because you can use every business tool, tester, product to put them to good use in your business. Okay, so like I said, reach out to your customers to let them know about the retired products. If you have anybody that is has tried anything like that, tried any of the products, and they've expressed interest, then let them know what it means to be retired. Being retired doesn't mean that it's going to be gone forever. It doesn't mean that we will never see it again, but it does mean that it will, once we run out of whatever stock we have, that means that it's gone until the next. It's possible we will see a reincarnation of it, or it will come back into the catalog at some point, or as a splurge or something. This has happened many a times, okay? So just because it's gone for as we go into fall or winter, that doesn't mean that um, that the world is over, basically, okay? Because there are many, many products that I can tell you guys about where we were so sad, like all of us were so sad that it was retiring, but then Posh showed us the new catalog and we're like, okay, just kidding. Like, why was I crying about it? Because this is even better. You know what I mean? And so that's one of the coolest things is that if there's something going away, there's usually something bigger and better around the corner. Or you might see it again in the future. Our catalog is a very seasonal catalog, so we have lots of summer stuff in the summer, obviously, and like so summery scents and just very fruity and flowery and happy. And then as we get into fall and winter, scents change and some certain things, some different, products are going to change. And that's okay. So keep that in mind when you're looking at the retired list. We don't know. Uh, something might be might be repackaged. Something might be tweaked to make better. We might see it again in the future. There's a lot of possibilities with it. So if you have any product on hand, if you have any testers or samples on hand, they can still be used. And like I said, if they are sold out online, these are exclusives now. These are things that you can be giving out to your hostesses or giving out to your VIPs or anything like that. Like I said, I'm sure you guys have looked at some previous stuff or you looked at older things that you did not see that was around before you were a part of Posh and really wanted to know what it was about, how it was, right? So yeah, use that same mentality when you're talking to your customers or your team members or anything like that, or anybody like that. Um, hey guys, if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to add. I do see them. Maybe a little bit slower than the rest, but yeah. Okay, so there's that. And then I just want to, let's see, I have a list of things, so I can make sure that I go through it all. Okay, some other things that you can be doing now as you navigate our transition is to prep for the transition kits. The availability of the transition kits. We already know the price of the transition kits, and we know that they are going to be available the 21st of July. And I think the cost is $179 or something like that. I guess I should look that up. But they, instead of having two options like we've had in the past, we have one option, which makes it incredibly easy for everybody to decide, are you in or not? Starter kit, yes or no, right? And okay, so the starter kit is going to be $179 plus $9 shipping, and you earn 159 PV, which is freaking amazing. That means that you're going to be earning commission on the starter kit. So we won't know the details of what we can expect in the starter kit, like as far as how many products there are or the worth or whatever extra goodies we will be getting until we get closer. So I'm hoping to see those details. I don't know when, but I'm hoping to get those with enough time that you guys can kind of get an idea of whether or not the starter kit is something that you want to do. Okay. Or I'm sorry, oh my gosh, not starter kits, transition kit. The transition kits, for those of us that are, waiting for the new catalog to launch, the transition kit is really, really the best way for you to get your hands on new product quickly. Not only are you going to get a huge variety of products, these are the products that ship out first after Posh Night. So there's no need to sit on the website and wait for Posh Night to launch and all the products to be revealed so that you can kind of decide what you want to get. This is already something that's decided, it's predetermined. These are the things that you're going to get, which is awesome. I personally have gotten the starter kits every time they've been available. Again, they haven't been available every year, or from the beginning. It hasn't been available from the beginning, but it is something that we come to expect now. And for me, I purchased the transition kits. I purchased the transition kit, and I don't have to worry about it. Sure, I'll take a look and see what else I want to add and supplement my kit to help me in the new transition. But for the most part, I just kind of like hang out on Posh Night and make sure that everybody else is, doing well and they have their questions asked. But I love being able to just grab and go, basically. I have my transition kit. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that is kind of my favorite part about the transition kit, but there is that. So if you guys want to get the transition kit and you guys want to get yourselves ready for that, then make sure that you are ready to buy it come the 21st. Okay, so some ways that you can do that obviously is to get some sales in, get some commission built up so that you can purchase the starter kit. I've been talking about my inventory blowout sale this last like week that I've been doing it, and I hope that you guys have been thinking of different ways that you can be doing or bringing in some extra orders so that you can afford the starter kit as well. The inventory blowout that I do is something that I have a lot of inventory on hand, but that's because I do events. Now, but I also have been around with Posh for a long time. You don't necessarily need to have a lot of stock to do events, but keep that in mind. So if you guys are looking at my inventory sale and you're like, oh my gosh, you don't need a lot. You really don't. In fact, I actually think that having too much is a detriment to like events or for showing people because people get overwhelmed. But that's like a total side tangent. But think of different ways that you can get some sales in, whether it be like grab bags or mystery hostess or bounce back cash. I do like doing bounce back cash as well. Um, to be used on the new catalog. You can incentivize people for ordering. You can to get some portable parties out there so that you can be people can be sharing when they're out and about in the summer. Okay, there's a lot of different ways for you to do that, and you want to make sure that you guys are getting those out there so you can get that commission back to get your transition kit. Okay. So basically, prep ahead. Make sure that you guys are ready for that. Don't be I guess, surprised once the transition kits sell out and you don't have any money to get it. They usually don't sell, everybody that wants a transition kit will get a transition kit, but it's usually a set amount of time, so it's not like it's available all throughout the month. Not, well, at least not usually. That hasn't happened in the past, but who knows? It's possible that I have no idea. No idea how it's gonna run this time. What I'm saying is just be aware of that so that you can prep and plan and be ready for the transition kit once it launches, okay? Um, all right, so, okay. Oh yeah, okay, so then starter kits. So now we're talking about starter kits and adding team members to your team in July. Now, some of you guys might be wondering why you would even want to talk to somebody about the starter kit right before our product or our new catalog launch and our new products. Why would you tell someone about a starter kit when they can just get a new starter kit later, right? Like a month later, right? Well, what's really cool about the starter kit is that the starter kit that people are going to get in July are going to be going to be continued products, products that will continue with us into the new fall winter catalog, which means that their starter kit is not it won't be irrelevant. It's something that they can be using and working for their business, and they can get involved in the whole transition kit frenzy as well, and they can get involved in Posh Night and all that fun stuff, and involve their customers, and kind of work that into their launch of their business, right? So be sure to let people know that if they want to join, they don't have to wait. They can get their starter kit. They don't have to worry about any retired products, and they can get going right away. Now, in the past, Posh has held starter kits in like the latter half of the month, so for the new starter kits, but I don't know if that's going to be the case this time around because I haven't heard anything. So for the most part, I think that everybody in July will be getting a July kit which has current products. So you don't have to really worry about that. That means that they can get their kit right away. Okay. So make sure you're letting your any potential people that you want your team, your dream team, to let them know that this is an option. They can join in on the transition kit, join in on buying the transition kit. And what's even better about joining in July is that this is the very beginning of our Posh calendar year, which means if they join now and they spend the $175 for the transition kit, and earn that 159 in PV, they're already more than halfway to staying active through to June 2018. Okay, so that's pretty incredible. So anybody that is joining in July is going to have almost a full calendar year to hit that 300 minimum just to stay active. So if you have social sellers or anybody that is interested and they are not quite sure like how into it they're going to be, that is something to also remind them of so that they are aware. Okay. Um, and then for you, it is the beginning of the Posh year, so keep that in mind as well. So if you are aiming for the monthly award or the annual award or anything like that, we started month one, so July is month one. So if you're going for the annual award, you remember that you're trying to get the monthly award from this month, July 2017 through June 2018. Okay, that's our calendar year. Okay. All right. So next on my list of things. Okay, so regardless of what your plans are for whether you're getting transition kits or not, I do recommend getting the transition kit. I can't stress to you enough how amazing it is to just have everything on hand. But if you're either way, you know that you're going to be, you know that your business is going to have another kind of like jump start at the very beginning of August, which means now is the perfect time for you to stock up on the things that you need for this exciting new launch. So you have a new catalog launch. You're going to tell all your VIPs, all your customers, friends, and family about it, right? So what are you going to need? You're going to need your business tools, any shipping tools that that you need, and samples and sample containers. I personally love sample containers because I like the flexibility that it gives me, and I love that I can just take testers and make samples. Just sit down for a bit, get some helpers if you need to, and just knock them out. And so however you guys want to do it, make sure you can get your packs and stuff ready to go right now. You can have, so that the only thing that you guys need to send them off is, a catalog and or a sample, right? So you can have this ready to go. Like you can have your envelopes, oh my gosh, stuffed. You can have your envelope stuffed with everything that it needs minus the new catalog and a sample or two or whatever, right? And you could even go as far as like you can do your, you can prep sample packs as well. It doesn't necessarily have to include a catalog, so keep that in mind. Because you can be using other things, like for example, like this stuff that comes in that you can get in the Posh portal. You can probably print off stuff like this on the Posh box as well. But this is the stuff that I'm throwing in there. I don't like, yeah, sure, some of this is retired, but like really, I'm just gonna stick a sticker on it and be like, hey, check out the new catalog. So if I don't have enough catalogs, I pretty much label anything that I have that has some outdated stuff and be like, hey, this is retired. Like, check out the new catalog online or whatever, But like, you can do that with whatever it is that you guys are doing. It doesn't have to be Posh Portal business supplies. It can be something that you've typed up, something that you've written up, anything, okay? But yeah, get those things ready to go. And by get them ready to go, I mean stuff them, label everything, and get your like mailing, like have it addressed, have it like completely ready to go. All you need is the postage and the new whatever thing that you're putting in it, okay? So that is going to help you a lot when you start getting all your new stuff in, okay? So like I said, you can hype your VIPs about this, or anybody really. So if you're seeing previews and teasers from Posh, you can share that in your VIP group. Posh Night is going to be broadcasted live on Facebook for everybody to see. So on the corporate page, the Perfectly Posh corporate page, that means your customers can view, you can throw a party if you want, so you can all view. You can include your VIPs in the event and be like, hey, while things are getting, or like if you see something that you like or whatever, like post it here, and and how get them engaged and interacting with the new stuff, because hype builds, right? So you might be excited and they might be excited, but it helps to be able to it's nice to be able to actually share with people, right? So you can hype up your VIPs, you can get a wait list going. Who wants samples? fill this out, and you have your mailing list right there, right? So get that going and make sure that you get ready for that. Really, get ready for the transition. Posh Night is August 4th. And so I obviously this training is a little bit a little bit sooner than when the transition actually happens, but I wanted to make sure that I got on and talked to you guys about all the things that you guys can be doing now to prep for it. Because if you have like a family reunion or something coming up at the end of the month or something like that, or you're busy, then make sure that you guys fit in the time beforehand and plan so that you are ready to go when the new stuff comes. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so if you guys do have questions, let me know. Something to keep in mind is that we will be seeing more details as we get closer, hopefully. Oh, sorry. Hopefully we'll be seeing more details as we get closer. We're trying to get whatever information we could possibly learn from home office. So as far as we know now, we have the retired list. We have the oh my gosh, the date of the transition kit launch well as the pricing. And then the other thing that I'm pretty sure of is that the catalog is going to be bigger. And by bigger, I mean like more pages. It's going to be more informational, even more informational than it is now. So that's something to keep in mind. So that you guys don't fully rely on the catalogs, because the catalogs already cost a lot as it is, and it can be very overwhelming. And I personally like to send out the pricing at a glance if I can, just because it is less overwhelming and it isn't as heavy to mail. So if you can do something like that and find a happy medium so that you're not going over your budget, then I think that would work out really well as well. Oh, and then for anyone that isn't aware, all the new business tools will also be launched or will be on the website after Posh Night airs. So when all the products go up on the website, that's when Posh Portal stuff is updated as well. So it could get crazy, it could be busy, it could be sold out. So I do recommend that you guys rely on what you guys can get and ready now, or something that you can easily get ready once the launch happens. Okay, we usually will be given a transition guide that will go over a bunch of stuff that we need to know. So definitely keep an eye out for that and be sure to read it, because that is super duper helpful. It really it's a complete guide to the transition kit, or I'm sorry, the transition and the catalog change. So it's something that I do recommend that everybody has on hand. And usually it's a PDF form, but yeah. So like I said, if you guys want to just print stuff off, or if you guys want to just use what you can find in the Posh box once everything is launched, then you're ready to go. You're ready to hit the ground running the second Posh Night launches. All right, and we know what's staying. So like I said, you can even get sample packs ready for things that you know aren't leaving the catalog, and put in an old sample, put in a new sample, and your packs will be ready to go. So okay, any questions or anything like that? All right, so okay, I'm not seeing any questions, but if you guys do have questions and if you guys are watching this later, then I just feel free to reach out. Feel free to post on the team page, reach out to your sponsor, reach out to me. We are in this together. Okay, I've been around for every single transition change, and it's amazing, basically, and things are always so much better than I could ever expect. So I hope you guys are super excited, because coming from someone who's a complete skeptic, and every time I'm like, how could it possibly be that cool? You know what I mean? And then I see everything and I'm like, oh my gosh, they've done it. It's amazing, right? And that really is my reaction every time, which is ridiculous, because I'm going into it thinking, I don't know, whatever. And then I come out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. like these products are great. They got rid of this, but oh my gosh, I don't care because I have this now. So, it's a very exciting time. So if you guys are excited, feel free to share the excitement as well. I think I've talked long enough and kind of gushed about how much fun a transition is. So, yeah, I'm gonna jump off. Like I said, if you guys have questions, be free or feel free to post them, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.